Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Thank goodness we didn't have as long a wait as we did for that first match. Thank you very much for tuning in with me, Hasbans, for game number 2 of this best of 5 grand final for ANGGAME SEA versus China. I am Point versus Neon Esports. Game number 1 saw IP's Juggernaut able to take down the Morphling of Scuddylicious. He just fed a few too many times. No matter how hard Mark and Rappy tried, they just couldn't stop that Morphling from feeding. And so with that, they were able to push and take the base. After a dramatic disconnect, GGs were called. So now let's jump right into this game number 2 draft.
Radiant team pick.
Worth pointing out, though, is that my mod, Samoski, is giving away a free sub in chat if you just enter the giveaway. All you have to type is the giveaway command. But anyway, now we're going to focus on Dota while Samoski deals with the chat. The first pick, Rubik, really interesting here. They didn't want the Lich and they didn't want the Tusk. All they wanted for the side of Neon was the Rubik. Worth pointing out that Centaur has made it through this draft again. And so has the Juggernaut if they want to go for it. Let us have a look at what's going. They're eating into their reserve time on the side of IP. And they're going to take the Dazzle that worked so well for them last time. And even that Slaughter. This is an amazing amount of minus armor coming out for the side of IP. Something I think I'd honestly be afraid of if I was the side of Neon. And I think to mitigate that, I honestly think you pick up either the Sven or an Oracle right here. Oracle, the ability to purge off all those debuffs, purge off the Corrosive Haze, able to save someone from being bursted. Or if you have the Sven, his Warcry could really help tank people up.
Dire team ban.
But they're instantly taking the Terrorblade as the second pick. That's very early pickup for the Terrorblade. What are they going to pick to counter it? This PA ban had to be the ban against IP's lineup with the minus damage from Slaughter, with the minus damage from this, with the minus armor coming out from the bad Juju as well. So that's a very heads-up ban of the PA. And they're even banning out the Pugna themselves for the side of IP. I think IP are trying to get that OD, so you have to think about banning it. They actually don't have first pick going into the next phase. Grim, unfortunately, is banned at the moment. But Lich is still in the pool. And we've seen a bunch of people pick Morph to counter Terrorblade. Even though I think every game I've seen it, it's lost. But people are picking Morphling into Terrorblade, thinking that it counters.
Radiant team ban.
And so they do ban out the Morphling, thinking it's a counter to the Terrorblade. So left in the pool is AM. You don't want to pick that into Terrorblade because of the reflection. This burns away all your mana. And then so I think Iron Point are probably left with picking the Juggernaut. Probably Juggernaut or Troll are the two heroes left in the draft who can use that amp damage the best, I think. Although we have seen IDC play some unconventional carry heroes such as Chaos Knight previously. Also, Medusa is still in the pool. I'm not sure how I feel about picking Medusa into Terrorblade either, though. And so with the ban of the Timbersaw, they might want to pick up a Kunkka here. Kunkka can deal with some of those illusions of the Terrorblade.
Dire team pick.
Earth Spirit.
But no, they're picking up their 4th position Earth Spirit here. Very interesting. Okay, so let's think about this. They need their 5 position as well as an offlaner for the side of Neon. Tidehunter is pickable, and so is Darkseer. I
5
think
seconds
maybe you go
remaining.
Tide Hunter just to give you that team fight control, so Terrorblade can output the damage.
Radiant team pick.
Winter Wyvern.
But the 5-position Wyvern, I guess that's good because they know they're going to pick a strong right-clicking carry with the 2 amping damage heroes over there. Interesting, though. So, we're not quite sure where the Dazzle is. This is definitely an off-lane Slardar, a 4-position Earth Spirit. So, do you take your carry
10
here,
seconds
considering Dazzle
remaining.
could be either 5 or mid? I think you probably take your carry here, and I think
5
Juggernaut.
seconds remaining.
Juggernaut or Troll is probably the best choices. Juggernaut
Dire
or
team
Troll.
pick.
But no, they're taking the OD versus the Terrorblade. As we said, they banned out the Pugna. Yeah, that's right. I thought Neon Esports was going to take it away from them, but they're going for the OD. Wow, this is a dangerous lineup for the side of IP. Harami, did you call it? That was very close.
10 seconds remaining.
OD is also super good versus the Cold Embrace. That's right.
5
He just
seconds
continues dealing
remaining.
pure damage and stealing intelligence while you're under. So I think you take your offlaner here, right? For the side of Neon. Centaur or Tide. Both of them, you know, kind of don't do great versus the Satwell Devourer of IP. Okay, Harami, we will trust the fact that you are a drafting god. Anyway, Neon Esports are eating into their reserve time here. Really think about what to pick. I mean, you could pick the Kunkka, but Kunkka does win the lane versus OD. I think that might be what you're thinking about. What they're thinking about for the side of Neon. And then the 2 offlaners are either Centaur or Tide, or the Darkseer. But I don't know how they feel about playing the Darkseer, if I'm honest. But all this armor reduction, and they haven't even revealed who they're comboing it with again. I think it might be the Jug, if I'm honest. I mean, Jug has just gone from strength to strength in these games that we've been seeing. Wow, Neon, they're almost through their entire reserve time with this pick. I guess they're mapping out the entire draft for them.
Radiant team ban.
And it is that Centaur pick. Okay, so one more ban. And so I think you probably ban out Kunkka if you're the side of IP. But no, they actually banned the Puck. Well, we've actually seen a lot of Pucks comboed with Terrorblades thanks to being able to keep people together. Thanks to that Dream Coil. Just allowing you to lay out damage. When you're in your meta form, people usually run away from you, but they cannot if they are coiled up. As well as the silence. Fairly good versus the OD. So, do you
10
ban
seconds
Juggernaut
remaining.
here? I mean, there's a bunch of picks for the side of IP if they want them.
5
They can either
seconds
take
remaining.
Faceless Void, Juggernaut, or Troll. I think those are the 3 main carries they're thinking about. As long as they don't try and repeat the Chaos Snipe we saw yesterday. "18 seconds remaining for Neon." I wonder what they're gonna ban.
Dire team
So they do ban that Juggernaut. Okay, that was they needed to ban the Juggernaut. However, AM is still in the pool. Like, you don't want to pick AM into Terrorblade, but if AM is the best hero, as well as the fact they have the amplification and the OD, and they should be able to handle the Terrorblade. So there's the possibility that Rubik goes mid.
10 seconds remaining.
But then what do you take in the 4 position? Tusk?
5 seconds
Yeah, you could.
remaining.
That's right, you could last pick
Radiant
Tusk. Tusk is
team
still here.
pick.
But no, the mid Tinker here for Mark. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. That will do a lot of work. And hopefully depush the lanes. Allow the Terrorblade time to be able to get online.
10 seconds remaining.
Who will win the first 10 kills?
5 seconds.
I mean, we're going to
remaining.
wait till we see the last pick by IP. They have a lot of picks here. I mean, but this Slardar, we've seen how strong he is in lane, and comboed with the Earth Spirit, you know, I don't think it's as good as the Tusk. I'm surprised they didn't choose the Tusk. But I think they just wanted the silence to be able to kill the Terrorblade. You know, be able to silence him before he gets off that Sunder. So they're looking for their carry. It's either Troll or Faceless Void. No, it's the Drow Ranger. Oh, go ahead. Okay, wow. I did not see the Drow Ranger pick. Very squishy on the Drow Ranger. Also versus a Tinker. And if Rappy does well, he'll be able to get on top of this Drow Ranger. Ooh, I'm not sure about that last pick for IP. I was really feeling their draft with all the minus armor, all the minus damage. But I think I'm gonna go towards the side of Neon. I think they'll be able to stall it out though. I mean, I have seen it. I have watched CCNC's streams where they build Blink Dagger on the Drow. But I mean, I just think that the Tinker with Marcher Machines is going to be able to stall it out long enough for Skydylicious Terrorblade to come online. And I don't think they're going to be able to handle him. But, you know, I could always be wrong. I am going for Neon. Feel free to disagree with me in the chat. Also, just to remind you again, my very nice mod Samoski is giving away a sub to my channel. If you want to just type giveaway in the chat, you'll have a chance to be entered. But, so, again, I am going for Neon. Disagree with me if you want. And CNC did win some of those games. Not all of them, some of them. Zero, 1, 1, 1. Anyway, as we wait, 13 seconds. And we have a funny little laugh coming out. 4 seconds, and now we are going into game number 2 of this best of 3. IP versus Team Neon. Who is going to bring it out? Our Team Neon going to be able to level this up and bring this series to 1-1. So, as we jump into the game, HY, he's rolling forward. He just wants to get out that very early Observe ward in mid. We see this from most of the Earth Spirits in the games. But while that happens, let's have a think about these lanes that are going to pan out. We have Play Hard as well as Rappy. So this Centaur Rubik lane, a very strong lane we've seen time and time again. So they are quite lucky that they've put the Dazzle in the 5 position. Hopefully with that sustain, they will be able to save this Drow Ranger from the damage coming out. But it is going to be a lot, at least in these early stages. Until she hits level 6, it's going to be a fairly hard lane. But once she hits level 6, those marksmanship procs really eat into people. And they are celebrating on the side of Neon. They didn't win game number 1, but they still seem to be in good spirits. But we have a pause coming out, luckily from the side of IP this time, so it's not Neon's internet playing out. And Slardar reconnected and disconnected again. Seems like Nemesis, his true Nemesis, is his own internet. Congratulations, TK the Bet Lord, on winning the giveaway. You just entered. Well done. You got there right before. Don't worry. You will be gifted a sub in a second. You should see something pop up on the screen. I think. But we'll find out. Just gonna tab out while they're having all that happen. Congratulations, TK Betlord, and welcome to Hasbaz's Halfwits. That's what I'm calling you subs. Exactly. Welcome. We don't have any emotes quite yet, but we will eventually. And you disrupted me, so I missed first blood. I'm sorry I can't focus on you guys. Okay, so let's talk about what's actually happening in these lanes. They brought all three of them down, and thanks to the roll-in from the Earth Spirit, they had enough damage, as well as the slow and the poison touch. The Centaur, actually, one of the tankiest heroes, was not able to survive. But in this top lane here, they have both Nemesis and HY. I think they should be able to kill this Wyvern. A nice catch onto him. He does have the stun if he wants it. Body blocks from HY. He also has his Orb of Venom completed. But let's have a look on this bottom lane. Now that they only have two heroes, he's still actually laying into him here on HY. But we're actually going to focus on the bottom lane to see if anything happens.
Well, isn't that something?
So, IBC, he is getting low from all this harass that's coming out. And worth noting is that this Wyvern has not been able to return to lane. So you're leaving Nemesis versus the Slardar. And he has Metamorphosis, but he hasn't used it yet. Here on Scuddylicious. We have seen Scuddylicious' Terrorblade before, and it is truly fearsome. Just pocketing the Sparkling Wine here, eating some Frost Arrows, but this Fate Bolt lessening the Drow's damage, allowing them to trade so much better. Roll forward here from HY. They managed to catch Scuddylicious. They do have the stun. He has meta, but that will slow him down even further, as well as the bashes. One but hit, two hit. He needs two more hits, and they would have been able to get the kill. But they do manage to lay a lot of damage here onto Scuddylicious. But he is just going to salve up. Abeng finally able to return to lane. Now he's not being pursued. Let's have a look at how this mid lane is going. It seems to be a bit Tinker favored at the moment. But as they get more points in the Astral Imprisonment, it will get harder and harder for Tinker. But roll in again here. Nemesis, does he have another bash? He has a Mango as well in 3 seconds, but it looks like he's not going to need it. Thanks to the slow of the Orb of Venom. HY, he does finally get the kill on this Scuddylicious Terrorblade. So 2 for 0 so far for the side of IP. Yo.
Well, isn't that something? Pew, pew, pew.
Nemesis, he is doing just fine. HY, if he wants to, he might need to roll forward because Nemesis slowed up. Is taking a lot of damage here from this Arctic bird. He was looking to be able to save him. But actually, with Scuddylicious so far overextended, if you want to, you could go into him. And let's have a look at this mid lane again. OD now, thanks to that 2 levels in the Astral Imprisonment, seems to be doing a lot better against Mark. And Radiant, just popping the glyph there. I don't know if it was to be annoying. Cancelling the clarity there. Nice job there on Play Hard. But he has eaten a Poison Touch, so he's going to have to back out. Nemesis hiding behind the creep wave here. The roll forward, it doesn't hit onto anything. I'm not sure what HY was doing. It was a bit fairly late if he thought it was going to connect on that Terrorblade. But meanwhile, in this bottom lane, Rappy having the time of his life, ahead of the Drow by a few CS. And he's not afraid. They do get off the lift into Stomp, plus the Retaliate. He does a fair amount of damage, and thanks to that Fate Bolt, that's going to be an easy kill there. And they're going to go forward, actually, looking for more on JTBC. Is there a Stomp? Wow, he eats a Shallow Wave. That's a lot of damage, and he is Poison Touch, and he actually kills himself on the Poison Touch. Meanwhile, over here, HY does manage to get that kill onto Abeng. He used the double edge, hoping for a kill, but he died to the Poison Touch of the Dazzle on that Centaur of Rappy. So 1k lead at this early point for the side of IP.
Dire are scanning.
How are we doing here on Nemesis? Nemesis is the #1 farmer on the map so far. So he's doing well, better than this Terrorblade. And if they want, they do get more and more damage as he gets more points into that bash. So the Terrorblade becomes more and more susceptible, I think. But it looks like they're setting up for the 5-minute rune. He's not going to be able to contest that one on HY here. And meanwhile, on this bottom, it looks like they're trying to go on IDC again. He does have lots of points in the retaliate, but it's not going to be enough. He has a stop if he wants to use it. Is he going to be able to catch? Meanwhile, the Dazzle does kill the Rubik on the backline. But we saw the kill on the Dazzle, we saw the kill on the Drow Ranger, which I think is slightly more important. And he pops his salve as well. But remember, this does allow Dazzle to get both these runes. So it's going to be a 3-for-1 bounty rune trade at the 5-minute mark in favor of the side of IP. Now, JTBC, they have caught him with that poison touch, but he's able to make his way safely into the trees. Play hard. He's thinking about setting up and... Okay, Royo solo kills the Tinker in the mid lane. That isn't good for the side of Neon. This Tinker should have done fine in this matchup. But you can see how far behind he is, and now giving away a solo kill to this OD. IDC. We're covered in the farm. Rubik. It looks like he, with his haste room, is hoping to make something happen on this Terrorblade on Rio, but has healed up thanks to his full Tranquil boots. How is our Tinker doing? He's building Soul Ring before his boots of travel, and Nemesis taking a lot of harass from this top lane. Remember, let's point out his level 3 bash in the deep does 175 damage already. So if you do manage to get off a few bashes, you're going to be able to get them. Lift there from play hard into the stun of Rappy. And thanks to those retaliate stacks, he hits for about 200. And with that Fable, that's going to be an easy kill on this Dazzle. Throwing out some Frost Arrow Harass, but it's not really going to do much because he now has 3 stacks into the retaliate. And IDC, even tipping Rappy, is nice enough to do that. JTBC, he's back in this bottom lane. Are they going to make anything happen with that poison touch? It doesn't look like it. Just harass them back for a bit while they wait for it to cool off. So, actually, TPing bottom is this OD. They're now moving forward, have the Frost Arrows. They don't have poison, actually. They do gust onto this Rappy, but he's going to be just fine. Even spamming his voice lines, he'll feel fairly happy with that, as that allows the Tinker to recover. And meanwhile, under this tower, they do Cold Embrace Scuddylicious, but as soon as that ends, they do get the stun, and one more hit will be the bash, and they are able to kill this Terrorblade, but the rotation of play hard on this tower with the lift, they're both going to pay for that kill.
Thanks for playing Dota.
Just buying so much time there with the Cold Embrace, they only have physical damage without those crushes. We hear the roll forward, but I think it's just to get forward to plant a ward. But they did see him go forward here on HY, so they should know what is up in this jungle. So worth pointing out, Terrorblade has hit level 6, gone to the jungle. He's giving the lane to play hard so that he's able to farm up.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Roll forward, does connect here onto this Rubik. They have the level 6 on Nemesis. He missed the Slithering Crush, actually. But with the Stampede, play hard, he's going to be fine and get away. Actually, JTBC, no, he's not going to be able to finish him off. I don't think he has vision. Poison Touch and a few more hits. He's still Corrosive Haze up, and he drops.
My congregation shrinks.
Really nice play there by JTBC, just following him forward. Now Drow has also gone to the jungle, thanks to the marksmanship, allowing her to one-shot any creeps, including Ancients. If I was going to nerf the Drow, I'd make marksmanship not one-shot Ancients, if I'm honest. But Rappy, not so good versus the OD, taking a lot of damage from that Arcane Orb. Actually, he lands the stun, as well as the double edge. He's hitting hard, but now he's Astral Imprisoned. But Terrorblade has rotated here. They've got a lot of damage. They drop the hammer, but Ryo-Yo, he might pay for that. They don't have the slow. He's diving into the tower. He does have Astral Imprisonment if he needs to use it to save his life. And rolling in on the backline here onto ANGGAME. Astral Imprisonment onto this Terrorblade. He's trying to kill Ryo-Yo with his Conjure Image Illusions. And he does actually manage to get the kill. But the amp up here onto Scuddylicious. They missed the crush, so I think he's going to be just fine. But Nemesis still pursuing. Actually has Phase Boot, so I don't think he's going to get away. 2 into the bash. The roll forward doesn't quite connect. And so Scuddylicious under the safety of his tower. But 10-minute bounties. Let's see what happens here. No one claimed any so far. 1 for Rappy. And it looks like... Whoa, where did the Earth Spirit go down? He drops... He drops to the Terrorblade. He must have just got over-aggressive for this rune. We're having a full massive disconnect here from Neon. But they should be back soon. Let's hope. We've seen this before, and they do manage usually to get back in it fairly soon. They're all back in. If they're feeling okay with their pings, the game should resume soon. Guys, please play nice in the chat. No need to tease people.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Worth pointing out that this match is on Singaporean servers. This isn't on Perfect World. JTBC, they do get a stun, and now with the retaliate stacks, no shallow grave. It's not going to be enough to save the Nemesis. They do get the amplification here on Rappy, but there are 3 people here, so I think you need to be careful. They have the slow onto Nemesis, but it looks like they're not, don't have the Arctic Burn online, so they're not really committing very hard for this. But nice kill there. Remember, first 10 kills went to the side of IP. Amplification here for Arbeg. He does have Cold Embrace if he needs it, and with Rappy walking in, he's not going to pursue here with the Nemesis. It's 10 minutes in, so let's have a look at how this net worth is doing. And the OD of Ryo-Yo. He is #1 in the net worth. This Tinker is recovering fairly well. Let's see. He has Boots of Travel completed, so we should start to see him take off. DD here on Nemesis, just allowing him to farm a lot more. Is he going to build Vlads, or is he going to rush Blink Dagger? That's the real question here. And Scuddylicious does have Metamorphosis if they feel like pushing this tower a bit more serious, and it looks like they are. HY, he's by himself by defending this tower, but it looks like the big bad OD is coming in from the backlines. But they did catch him with that ward, so they know what's happening, and with that, they're going to back away, TPing away from Scuddylicious. So, Mark, finally Boots of Travel online. This really will speed up his farm, especially with the level 4 March of the Machines. It looks like he never went for a kill build.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Let's have a look at what Rappy is doing. Rappy actually built a Vanguard to help deal with the damage coming out from the Drown. They both smoke up together. They have Stampede. But sitting behind the Drow is HY. I don't know if they're going to be able to kill him. They have good vision if they feel like going any further forward. And now they see HY. Breaking the smoke actually here on Rappy. Poison Touch applied to play hard. Are they going to dive him any further on the tower? With the sprint ticking low, it looks like they're not. But actually, JTBC just refreshing his Poison Touch. And with the amp, that does a real fair amount. A lot of damage, though, with the TP of the Tinker. Here to defend the towers. And that's actually worth pointing out. They haven't lost any towers before Tinker got marks from the Machines and Boots of Travel. So he will be able to TP in and push anything that gets near his towers. You can just see the massive spam. Rappy is caught out, and in the top lane they do finally find the Rubik, but let's see if they've got the Astral here onto the Centaur as well as the Silence. There's a lot of intelligence being stolen, but with Arbeng, looks like he's going to sacrifice himself for his center. Actually uses his ultimate. And they're both going to be able to get away without even using the Stampede. The roll forward onto HY doesn't catch. Does he have any other skills? He does have the silence. But getting away into the trees here is Rappy. But they did manage to dive this Rubik on the top lane. You can see what happened here. Stun, poison touch. He wasn't even stunned up, just eating a lot of poison touch damage from the dazzle.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Nemesis, he's actually almost at his Blink Dagger. And if he hits this CS, he'll have it. So they might make to look something happen with that. Let's have a check how our Drow Ranger is doing. Yasha completed, hoping for a marksmanship. There you go, one-shotting Ancients. That is what we call balance.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning.
And Radiant scanning. They realize both of these heroes coming into their jungle. And with that, Nemesis, he's sitting behind here. They want a big Blink Dagger reveal. Are they going to bring in more heroes? And with the Stampede forward, HY, he manages to roll kind of weirdly. But he's not going to be fine. Nemesis lands the double stun, but you need to be really careful. The Corrosive Haze is on to play hard. And Drow not able to do anything thanks to that Cold Embrace. They see Rappy sitting in the side here. This Drow doing a lot of damage as well as refreshing the poison touch. The Corrosive Haze. Rappy, is he going to drop down? A nice triple stun there from Nemesis. And the OD drops the hammer but doesn't have enough intel to actually really do anything on it. And nice Winter's Curse there onto this OD. And he dies to Arbeng. Amazing kill there. And now are they moving forward even further? Arbeng, he puts himself under. So he's going to be just fine. And all the while this is happening, they're taking this tower. Nemesis jumping forward again. He gets off a nice stun. Arbeng actually drops to the Fate Bolt of this Rubik. Level 4 Fate Bolt doing a lot of work. They might lose their Wyvern, but you've killed the 2 cores so far for the side of IP. Neon look to be finally on top, cancelling both TPs there on HY with the Magnetize. With Nemesis coming in from the side, will they be able to finish off this kill? He is fairly tanky, but he won't be able to survive and play hard. Are they going to be able to catch him? The roll forward through the trees, it's not quite enough. I think he'll be able to get away on this Rubik. Have a look at that fight recap. Things going in favor of Neon with a 3-for-2 trade. Drow. Yasha complete, and it looks like Dragon Lance is next for her. She was thinking about the Shadow Base, but realized she needs to be a lot more careful with her positioning if she doesn't want to die like she did in the last fight. They do have a cart as well as a large creep wave here. So I think that's going to be the tier 1 tower unless anyone comes to defend it, and especially with the Terrorblade coming in to finish off this tower. Tinker looks like he's TP'd in just for the safety of his teammates in case there was any kind of counter initiation. And remember, after that fight, Blink Dagger, he came behind in the laning phase, but have a look at this net worth. Neon, Scuddy looks at this Terrorblade on top. Happy Luke, Mark on top of the OD. We said this would happen, and they're able to get away safely. The nice Winter's Curse again onto this OD. Are they going to be able to make anything happen? Nemesis, he gets off the crush on the Amplify here on to play hard. And with that, I think they're just going to retreat. Nice Winter's Curse to allow them to get away. As well as the Stampede, is that for the bottom lane? It is. Surely, and that's going to allow Rappy not to go down to this Earth Spirit as well as the Drow.
Killing spree.
But meanwhile, it seems Dazzle overextended while trying to deward. That's going to be a nice pick-off for this Gunnylicious. And by the way, Tinker, level 4 in the laser, level 4 in the homing missiles. So he now does his full burst combo when he arrives in the lane.
Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower.
Blinking forward here now on Mark. Happy Luke. So the only remaining tier 1 tower now is this mid lane tower. Do they have Metamorphosis? It looks like it was used for that push bottom. But he does have a fair period of it left. Manta Star completed for this Terrorblade. They might think about trying to take this tier 1 mid. Just limiting the map control for the side of IP. That's what's all important in these games. OD, they don't have any vision of him walking through the jungle. And they see Rappy with this OD. He leaps forward and he doesn't actually quite manage to get any Arcane Orb stacks to stop that blink away. Astral was on cooldown, actually. We just saw him use it to farm. And now Tinker, he does get silenced, but he managed to get the blink away. But he's not able to refresh anything his TPs. He's caught in the trees, and I think Mark, unfortunately, is going to die. That gust, perfect timing, hitting the Tinker just as he TP'd in. That was honestly quite ballsy, TPing to that lane there.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
So just checking out the pit here is HY. They might look to take it with their Drow Ranger as well as the Corrosive. The Corrosive of Nemesis. And now they're going for it. However, they know this is happening because they killed the Terrorblade Illusion. And remember, they have Winter's Curse. Wyvern, one of the strongest people out fighting around the pit. A nice ultimate. The Stampede, it did get off before the silence. But a nice hit there as well as the Magnetize onto a lot of Winter's Curse. It is onto this the Drow. So that's a lot of their damage down. Are they able to snipe off IDC? It doesn't quite look like it with the Grave up. The homing missile, it's not quite enough. He blinks forward. And so he TPs back to base on the Drow. But it means they're all alone now. Tinker sitting in the pit. He is actually Corrosive Hazed up on this Tinker. So he needs to be really careful. But that will be enough to stop them taking Roshan. Unlucky they didn't quite manage to kill the Drow with that amazing Winter's Curse here by ANGGAME. First game was on Perfect World server. This game is on Singapore server. So, how is our Terrorblade doing? 2,400 gold in the bank. Is he just going to go towards the Guardian? It looks like he does with it queued up. How is our Tinker doing? ANGGAME's next for him? No, actually Aetherlens. Just wants to be able to make sure he lands his damage and is able to blink to safety.
Long may you be remembered.
But over here, they managed to find the Terrorblade as I totally missed the kill. The leap forward from Nemesis as well as all that Arcane Orb damage coming out. So they do put in a lot of harass, but they're not really able to turn this around. And Nemesis, he's looking to be able to turn around this fight. Okay, we're going to have a look at what happened there. He was stunned by the Rolling Boulder and just ate a ton of Arcane Orb damage. But Stampede forward allows him to get away on Rappy. It looks like they didn't manage quite to land the stun on Nemesis. And now lifted up. Winter's Curse is off cooldown if they want to use it, and they do. So Tinker, he's able to move forward. And a nice Stampede after the curse. As Winter's actually buys back here on Nemesis. They're not able to kill Royo, and Royo, he's fighting up. He's stealing damage. He has 36 intelligence, and he drops the hammer, but it doesn't kill anyone. He pops himself under the Arcane Orb, and it looks like they do manage to kill off the OD in exchange for this Centaur. But now Nemesis, he bought back for this and does manage to kill off the Rubik. Arbang sitting in the trees, has no TP, but do they know he's here? But actually, meanwhile, the Drow drops to this Terrorblade solo. Whoa. That should not have happened. Yeah, just tried to man-fight the Terrorblade and lost. They scan him out in the trees here. They found Arbang on the Wyvern, and he is going to die. But losing your Drow, losing your OD, this all happening again. This does go in favor of the side of Neon because we decided they have the much later game Lion up. So, let us have a look. How is he doing? He has Urn of Shadows and he's building his Blink Dagger now on HY. Actually, let's have a look at everyone's items. We'll follow the Dazzle. Dazzle, full mech completed. So, OD has the Yasha and Kai is building BKB. Mechanism complete for the Dazzle. Blink Dagger here on Nemesis. Has a Vanguard. I'm not quite sure what he's doing next. He might get the full Crimson Guard. It'd be really effective against Scuddylicious. Aether Lens and Yule's next for Play Hard. And then this Tinker doing fairly well. But Neon Arbang has absolutely nothing.
Dire are scanning.
They're sitting by the side here. They're hoping to find someone going to push forward this creep wave, but it feels like they know this is happening. With HY sitting in the trees while Playhard sitting in the trees. They're both waiting for someone to go forward. Do pop down a sentry as well as a ward. So they will see this invis. They do catch HY, but they're not able to make anything happen. Nemesis, they realize he's farming the jungle. But they're not quite able to make any pickoffs from the side of Neon. This game, very even at this point in time. Let's have a look at the win percentage. It's a little bit in Neon's favor, but not that far. And now they see Royo, but Nemesis, he's running forward, trying to catch something with this Slardar sprint. And ANGGAME just hiding out in these trees. Are they ever going to realize he's here? He has the bad juju. They do manage to get off the D ward. But he has no TP. He's so afraid. This poor Wyvern. Delicious, he's actually sitting in the Roche pit. Are they going to try and take this away from the Drow team? Sending out the illusions. They think that might be the real one. That's why he's corrosive hazed up. Or they just want to kill them as quickly as possible. And Delicious, he's just going to keep sending illusions from this Roche pit with his Conjure Image, with his Manta style. HY, they do finally get a lift onto him, as well as the follow-up with Rappy. He doesn't feel the need to use his Retaliate Sack, so they're not going to be able to have that kill. The Shallow Grave, as well as the Astral Imprisonment, going to save him. But a full Crimson Guard coming out on the center. And the Winter's Curse catches both the Drow on top of this OD. That's the first BKB of the OD. But the OD ultimate is popped off. And it's worth noting that Terrorblade picked up a BKB over his Scuddy. On the backline, Mark does finish off this Earth Spirit. But that was a lot committed from both sides. The 10-second BKB on both the OD and the Terrorblade. And with that, do they feel confident going for Roche? I don't think they will. But they're going to try it with the Manta style. You can't go in the pit, ANGGAME. Actually, with Corrosive Haze wearing off, you can. They're sitting over here on Nemesis. They definitely know what's happening. The buyback now. Nemesis, he streams into the pit. They get the Corrosive Haze here on Rappy. The silence there from IDC is doing a lot of work. But the Tinker, nice blind there. So he's going to be able to fight up Terrorblade now. That was a buyback. They do get the nice stun there on Nemesis, but he uses the Thunder. And it looks like HY, he's able to roll away, but Rappy follows him into the pit. And they're going to be able to kill HY. Play hard now. He's put under by the Cold Embrace, so they're not able to kill him. Nemesis, it looks like they're in full retreat mode for the side of IP. He's even Corrosive Hazed up by the Rubik, stealing his own spell. But he's going to get away just fine. And with that, do they return to the Roche pit after winning a fight, forcing a dieback? ANGGAME. How long on Winter's Curse? Winter's Curse is back up, so they should be able to stop this if they try and contest. But leap forward. He does get off a decent crush, but he's taking so much damage. Royo pops his BKB again, and that is going to be a dead Rappy, and I think that'll be enough to stop them going into Roche. Arc TP away. Do they have anything to stop the TP? No Blink Dagger on this OD yet, even if he has the money for it. Now, they really want to finish this Roshan. Worth noting that the Shadow Wave is now on this Rubik. He no longer has the Corrosive Haze. But we still have, once the Centaur respawns, the 5-on-5. It looks like they thought they're in the pit, but they do have good vision in there. So they're not able to take it themselves. Everything happening around this pit. No one farming anymore on either side. They both want this Roshan. They see it slow. He's in the pit now on Scudylicious. The Corrosive Haze was stolen by the Rubik. And they've popped the Crimson Guard. He leaps forward again here on Rappy. They're trying to make a move onto this Drow Ranger, but Nemesis is in the pit. The Roshan is going down low. They kill the Wyvern, so there's going to be no Winter's Curse. But is Nemesis going to die? He does die to the laser of the Tinker. They also have Aegis here on Scudylicious. And is he able to kill IDC? He is Corrosive Hazed up. So they see him TPing away, but how long is going to last? The lift on cooldown. But that's a big fight and a win for the side of Neon. Losing their Wyvern. Nice stun here, and that's going to be an easy kill here on the Dazzle. Neon now firmly in the lead with the Aegis claimed, as well as a 1k gold lead. And even a DD to help Scudylicious farm. I think with meta wearing off, you don't really want to go for a push. So he was given a bottle to preserve that DD for the next Metamorphosis. Let's have a look at how our Drow Range is doing. Full BKB online, but it's already at 7 seconds. And BKB won't save you from the Terrorblade, which is why she is building this,
Radiant's
what do we call
middle
Hurricane
tower is
Pike
under attack.
to allow her to get away. I'm getting a few requests for this, so we will
Radiant's middle tower has
you get a
fallen.
slight increase for the in-game sounds. Or remember, if the sounds were too loud, how would you hear my lovely voice? OD has his Blink Dagger online, so they've chosen the wrong way to look for him in these trees. Instead of these trees, I think he might have just bought the Blink Dagger at that side shop, so, or at least they hadn't scouted it out on him. Nice D-ward there by the Rubik, and they've killed the Tinker here in this jungle. But it looks like with that Stampede IDC, he is going to pay for that kill. So mid laner for safe lane carry. And this Drow Ranger was ahead. And also worth pointing out is that Drow Ranger is all of their physical damage. So they might actually feel okay pushing without the Tinker. But Metamorphosis in 30 seconds, so they will definitely wait for that. Nice curse there. Is he going to follow up? Nice. Blinks forward. He does manage to get the stun off, but are they going to be able to kill off Ryoyo? They do have a lift, but he has BKB. And with that, I think you have to retreat, but there is no Stampede amplification here on Arbang. So initiation gone wrong for the side of Neon. Leaping forward here with this Blink Dagger. That's a lot of pure damage going on to Rappy. 1 second for his blink. He does blink forward. And then where he thinks he is, he actually wastes the OD ultimate, thinking he can catch him, not knowing about that Blink Dagger. Nice taunt there with the But they do manage to kill this Rubik. Rappy's safely in these trees here, and I don't think they know he's here. So also 2 for 2, 30-minute bounties. What? I caught the kills. That's not a T-Tours. So Rappy, still sitting over here. He's healing back up. He's building a halberd. Really nice versus both the Drow and the OD. If Ryoyo shows himself, he might be in real trouble with Rappy sitting next to this wave. But it looks like he's thinking about just TPing away. Let's follow this. They do have Nemesis. Has he managed to get the corrosive onto Rappy? It looks like not. And so remember, Metamorphosis is online. They have Aegis. I think they're just waiting for their Rubik, and then they might try and make a push happen here on the side of Neon. They go forward, but it's just the Terrorblade Conjure image really spooking the side of IP. Now they smoked up, Rubik respawning. They want a pick off before they go high ground. Drow Ranger, full Manta Star completed. Hurricane Pike is what she wants next. It looks like they want to catch on. They do have vision up here. They have seen the dazzle, and with the blink forward there, as well as the stun. Is he going to be able to grave himself in time? He does grave himself. As well as full grease, but I don't think it's going to save the dazzle. But meanwhile, on this backline, they do stampede Ryoyo. He does make himself to his high ground. Nice catch there from HY onto this Wyvern. They kill the Wyvern before Winter's Curse again. And this Centaur taking so much damage, even though he has the Crimson Guard. And he's going to drop to the pure damp. No, he just survives. I take it back. I thought they had enough. And the Aghanim Scepter laser bounces there. That's a nice kill on HY. Scuddy completed on Terrorblade. And he is using his Metamorphosis. He's living up to his name, Scuddylicious now.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So, Ryoyo, he doesn't have BKB anymore. He does have 32 stolen and in but 16 seconds. Manta Style pop, that silence isn't going to hold. And you need to, he's actually lifted. He's not going to be able to imprison himself. And that's a dead OD and also a dead Stardust. He blinked in on Neon. IDC, he manages to get back, but I don't think they're going to be able to defend this Rax without their Drow Ranger. Actually, Scuddylicious, the Metamorphosis wearing off, and they're not committing any further for this, thanks to the buyback from the OD. But this does put Neon at an easy 5k net worth advantage. If we have a look at the win percentage, things are going their way a tiny bit more now.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top shrine is under attack.
They do get the lift on him. He has no buyback. He does have BKB, but Winter's Curse doesn't catch the Drow actually in the range. So they're not going to have quite enough damage here for this OD. But they are running forward. The Terrorblade, he's trying to use all his illusions, but he doesn't have the range with the Stempool Stampede, but he manages to blink safety, but they see IDC. He's the one they want. His Hurricane Pike is on cooldown, but he's going to make it away safely. Jump in from Rappy. And actually a really nice double stun there from Nemesis, but the turnaround from Playhard isn't quite enough. IDC, he's putting out some damage, but Mark, he refreshes. That's going to be a dead HY. Earth Spirit, no buyback. Nemesis, hitting even harder. He uses the Crimson Guard, but he's not going to be able to get away. There is a grave, but he's stunned up, and I'm sure the damage from either the Rubik or the Tinker is going to be enough to finish him as soon as that grave ends. No more Nemesis. Guardianlicious, 27 seconds till his Metamorphosis form is back up. Tinker, he's pushing in this wave himself, and he's getting more mana. And it looks like they decided against pushing that, and they really want their first melee barracks.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
First melee barracks for the side of Neon. Jump forward from Rappy, but the BKB instantly popped by IDC by that Crimson Guard, mitigating a lot of the damage. We've talked about this before. And meanwhile, look at this top lane. Metamorphosis is online if they want to fight. Nice crush again from Playhard, but he's eating so much damage. But he's now slept under, but the Arcane Orb, it's not going to save you while you're Cold Embrace. So a lot of damage stolen here on Ryoyo, but he's getting slowed down. Are they able to kill him? He doesn't have buyback. He makes it back just to the fountain. No! The burst of the Splinter Blast kills this OD. And he's actually diving the fountain now on this Terrorblade. He's actually stunned up. He doesn't have Aegis. This was fairly risky, but thanks to the Cold Embrace, he's going to be just fine. And GG was called. Team Neon make this a 1-1. Their Terrorblade of Scullylicious just getting too big for them to be able to fight. So let's have a quick look at those graphs, how they panned out. Looked to be fairly even in favor of the side of IP. They definitely had the experience net worth for most of the game, but the net worth of Scullylicious, he just kept climbing and climbing and climbing until they couldn't handle him anymore. So thank you very much for everyone who tuned in to game number 2. I